play.
That was a nothing second serve, and Taylor Fritz did what you should try to do to that serve. He absolutely crushed a forehand, unfortunately for him, into the net. I think for Djokovic, it's maybe a slight concern, is that he's played 3 of his 4 matches, including his last 2 at night. This much hotter day, obviously.
It happened to him when he played in Cincinnati, Jimmy. He'd been playing all night matches.
30-15.
Then he's got to go up in the heat of the Cincinnati sun against Carlos Alcaraz. It was a tough one.
And making conditions a little quicker, obviously, in the day when it's hot. And so all those are variables that could be a slight advantage for Fritz.
Team Djokovic, front row.
It's a large team.
It's a large team. His parents in the second row.
Gorny Benisovic, the lead coach on the far right.
There he went again.
He's 85-mile-an-hour serve in the middle of the box, and Fritz isn't going to let him get away with that. Right out of the gate, a break point, and Taylor Fritz has been broken once in the tournament so far, so a little different returner in Djokovic than most of the players he's played to this point, but still a bit of a pressure point right out of the gate for Djokovic. I know it's a 3 out of 5 set match, and this seems ridiculous, but it's an important game already because Fritz has had a break point. Djokovic is off on his serve right now. He just hit a 78-mile-an-hour second serve.
He's only gotten 1 first serve in. He's already had a double fault.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you're going to break, this is the game. Don't break when Djokovic has served this poorly. That's just going to continue to add to the confidence that the 7-0 record would tend to give you.
There's his mom on the second row left, And there's the rest of his team, Michael Russell, lower right.
And his father, Guy Fritz, right behind Michael Russell in the second row.
Djokovic
saves that opening game.
Fritz to serve. Love 15.
Talk about that big win he had at Indian Wells in 2022, including beating Rafa Nadal. And he had high hopes, Fritz, of winning this title last year.
Love 13.
He lost in the first round to Brandon Holt, Tracy Austin's son. He was ranked 303 at the time, and he said afterwards, I feel like an idiot for thinking I could win this thing, win the US Open. But a year on, he's had a lot of hardcourt practice coming in because he lost so early at Wimbledon this year. So he and Michael Russell had a couple of weeks of a training block. He won Atlanta. Taylor Fritz got to the semis in Washington. He got to the quarterfinals in Cincinnati. He lost there to Novak, by the way.
15-13.
So he was feeling pretty good coming in here.
I mean, he's, for the year, the second most hardcourt wins on tour behind Medvedev. That's the kind of power Fritz can bring. He can bring it with both strokes, forehand and backhand. He both hits with some good power, good depth. Djokovic's record on hard courts, not as many wins, but he only has one loss. 24-1 on hard. I like what you said, Mary, right at the beginning, that Taylor said he doesn't need to press, or he shouldn't press.
Overplay.
He's overplaying a little on some of these shots already. It's just hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah. And these two have played 17 sets against each other. Djokovic has won 15 of them.
Use.
Missed by a very small margin.
Getting hustled, isn't he? He's getting rushed.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Well, he's also not making first serves.
Yeah. And he was actually #1 in first serve points, 87% walking into this match.
Game, Djokovic.
8th unforced error in 2 games.
Djokovic leads 2
It led
against
Taylor Fritz to tell
What's that?
Mike Russell, so bad. That's when he just looked over at him and said, so bad. And you did know that first game was important.
Yeah, you called it.
Djokovic came out a little out of sorts.
Missed the chance for a souvenir.
now 15.
Hate to see that. Yeah, you should have used your mitt. Yeah.
Good call.
Spike Lee seats.
There's a few things I like about what Taylor's doing, and that is second serves of Djokovic's. He is punishing that second serve. That's the one part of the game where Fritz needs to keep working, and from what I hear from his team, because he plays so much and he just likes to compete, he doesn't spend a whole lot of time, and that is up at the net, mid-court ball, volleys. They have to get better at some point. He has to take enough time to work on those things.
Jimmy, don't you get the sense that Taylor Fritz is very
13,
ambitious?
15.
Oh, yeah. He is. Look, he does have the advantage that most players, they don't mind competing, but there's a nervousness. No one looks forward to the butterflies in your stomach. Taylor does seem to, he'd rather be out there. He gets injured, has surgery, and 3 weeks later he's playing.
He played at Wimbledon.
Yes.
3 weeks after getting hurt. Yeah.
I mean, he wants to play. I don't know what's going on with Djokovic's serve, but it's almost reminiscent of
30
many years ago when he had a year or two of what you would call the yips.
Yeah.
Throw in a few double faults. His second serve has had nothing on it, and he has still thrown in a couple of doubles. Good work from Fritz because he almost won the point twice, as Djokovic thought he had missed a forehand early in the rally. He just caught a piece of the line.
the break. Back on serve, opening.
Boy, you can see Fritz also nervous, shaking himself out after missing that backhand. His feet didn't move. He ended up taking one giant step when it probably required just a little step out with his outside leg and then step in. We've had 2 winners in the match, but we've juxtaposed that against 19 unforced errors between the 2 of them so far.
14
as a winner.
132. Some nice wattage for that ace.
Biggest serve of the match to this point for him.
Yes.
First serve is going to be so important for Fritz if he wants to win this match. It hasn't been there for him yet.
That's a shot. He still doesn't win the point. But he's lit up the crowd.
He's lit up the crowd, and that might be enough for both these players. That kind of point where they both had to move. They both came up with some great shots.
Yes.
Maybe that'll get rid of all this adrenaline overflow that they're having trouble controlling. And we'll start to see an amazing match, which it has the potential to be.
That's a good lob. That's too good. Novak, the first to acknowledge how good that lob was. High enough to get over Djokovic's head, low enough so he couldn't chase it down.
Exactly.
Advantage.
Felt
Fritz.
a little bit like, oh yeah, you can drop shot, lob me, I can do it to you too.
Yeah.
That very next point. See what I mean about Fritz normally bullying people around, and in these rallies, he's getting bullied. Djokovic spent that entire point in the center of the court. It looked like a drill. You hit to me, and I'll run you side to side. You want to be the guy that's hitting to me. Again, first serve for Fritz. He's got to make them. He's 3 of 11 on his second serve points. Fritz had been broken once to get to the quarterfinals. He hasn't held once yet in this match. Been broken already, down a break point again.
Djokovic again dominating the baseline.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Sta tutto bene, sta tutto bene. Sta tutto,
Tutto
bene.
bene.
Continua così, va benissimo. Forza.
That's his physical trainer saying it. Tutto bene. Everything's good. Don't worry about your form. Everything's good. Look how far back he is to return Fritz here.
Wow, that's a different look.
Yeah. Va bene. Complimenti. 3-1. First set.
Everything's tutto bene except for his serve, but everything else is pretty good. And this little drop volley was remarkable.
Djokovic leads 3 games
It was a
to
tough
1.
position
First
to
set.
come up with that shot.
Early anger from Fritz. Big match coming up tonight. You can read about it on usopen.org. Tiafoe taking on Ben Shelton. First time in a major, 2 African Americans have met in the quarters. That is showtime tonight.
Yeah, that is going to be some serious power ball striking energy from both players.
Teeth.
What is with his serve? That's what I said. Tutto bene except for his serve right now.
His third double. He's serving at 27%. That flies.
Actually, I learned something about Ben Shelton yesterday.
Yeah.
Sat with Brian, his father, for a little while, and he said he got a new string. And
Lively?
no, a new string where he feels as though all of a sudden his forehand he can't miss.
Wow.
So with all the weapons that he has, if he adds that sort of level of confidence and he makes less unforced errors, because he isn't a guy that plays long rallies. He's a guy that's slashing. All of a sudden the ball is going in and off a lot. He will be a handful.
Wow. Huge lefty serve.
Huge.
And now a flaming forehand he believes in. Great.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
That was one of the first points we've seen where Fritz was able to dictate throughout. He was uncorking in those 16 shots.
That's his first.
Strange demeanor in between points from Djokovic. Grabbed his ankle, walking around as if he's on his last legs. We're at 3-1 in the first set. Struggling with the serve.
Yeah, that's great. And it's 4-1 in the first for Novak Djokovic. Panada kept asking her for that, and she kept bringing him sodas. He finally said, "Those sodas." I think she brought him another one. Beyond that, she was a very fine ball.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that.
15.
Taylor's rhythm on the serve is completely off. He's opening up a little bit too soon. You can see it. He's almost facing the net as he's making contact.
These two both serving at 40%.
That was a nice volley from Fritz. Not the strength, but he let it die perfectly short.
30 all. Net for service.
That came at him too fast, didn't it?
30-14.
Return right into Taylor's shoes.
And again, he's been so dominant on his first serve. Fritz is a little different returner than what he's faced. Not accustomed to hitting a first serve and then being on defense.
Djokovic.
5-1 opening set.
Djokovic leads 5 games.
Taylor has a little bit of an issue with Djokovic. You saw how Djokovic at that point was so far behind the baseline. But Taylor's a straight ahead power player, hitting through the singles lines with pace.
Instead of spreading the court?
You got to spread the court if someone's that far back. And that's something that he needs to, another little thing to be able to beat this guy. This guy, Medvedev, Zverev, those guys are all guys that you can't hit through. You have to dictate a little outside the court and also even short slice, bring them forward before you hit winner. Well, if Djokovic is feeling a little tired and out of sorts, 5-1 set
You should look at the
helps.
scoreboard.
Yes, and throwing in a drop shot, which takes no energy whatsoever, might happen more often in this match.
Let first service.
Because for the score line, the set has actually taken some time. It's 40 minutes in. We played 6 games, so the games have been reasonably long. It's funny, drop shot is a tired shot. I want the point to end. Now, he's up 2 breaks. Wants to save as much energy as he can.
Anyone around here notice the energy that Alcaraz brought to this court yesterday?
He always brings.
Beating the Italian Arnaldi in straight sets. It was glorious, glorious stuff. And now Carlos Alcaraz, the top seed, gets the winner. He gets Zverev.
Now, I didn't see that Alcaraz match, but what I did hear was that's the best he's played this summer.
Yeah. A summer where he's won Wimbledon.
Well, not
I know, you mean
US
hardcourt.
hardcourt summer.
Everyone else makes the game look harder than Carlos Alcaraz.
15.
Having said
And
that, it
older.
says something about Arnaldi because it wasn't, I know it was straight sets,
Yeah.
but with
No.
competitive sets.
Yeah. He stayed with Alcaraz enough so that we could all see just how good the Spaniard is.
A little
bit of bad luck on the first set point.
Game and first set. Djokovic.
6-1 opening set in this men's quarterfinal match.
Balls.
Djokovic certainly not at his best.
Much better rhythm for the first 2 points on his serve. He was too quick. Right side was coming around so fast. Last 2 serves, he's gotten in the better trophy position and then snapped.
Clean start from Taylor Fritz.
He did it again. Andy Roddick, I once asked him, he has a, if you watch his toss arm, his left arm, after the ball leaves, he would bring his left arm back. And Fritz is doing it right now, a little bit, not as far back as Roddick. And I asked him once why he did it. He said he wanted to look at the ball over the left side of his toss arm.
That's what he can do. Hit a couple of forehands in the 90s and 100s in that first.
Djokovic must be thinking, wait, what's happening?
Happened on that changeover.
Yeah. They must have brought him the sawdust.
Fourth double fault.
What's funny is he wasn't feeling the serve right out of the first point. He sort of missed the serve and put his hand in his eyes, and that has continued. Six straight points to start this set has been broken. even that took a good bit of defense from Djokovic. It was a great return from Fritz. It's the right play, but you get the sense Fritz pressing a little bit. Just wanted it so badly, knew he was going to get a second serve that was going to be sitting there for him. Just a little over anxious. Djokovic weathered the storm for now. It was a beautiful start, wasn't it, to the set? Fritz played 6 spectacular points. Djokovic still managed to get it figured out to hold serve. I enjoy that low camera angle. It really gives you a good sense of, a little more sense of the pace of shots.
Allow 15.
Overhead wasn't good enough, and then a real hesitation, not knowing where I should go from there. He just stood in part of the court you don't want to find yourself.
Guy in the middle, the Italian physio saying tutto bene. Right now, tutto is not exactly bene for Djokovic, but look at, he's got the lead. I mean,
that score looks tutto bene.
Yeah, it does.
And there is, if Fritz can't figure out how to win second serve points, so much pressure on his first serve. Bit of a good fortune on that return. Slightly missed time by Djokovic, but it turns into a perfect angle.
15-14. Djokovic.
He's starting that serve clock after a while. Forehand curled just enough at the end to catch a piece of the line, and Djokovic continues to talk to his crew, saying, or at least making motions as if I'm dizzy, I've got nothing. Must be nice playing the 9th player in the world be up 8-2 with nothing. Again, it's so hard to get a sense of this match because of the way Djokovic seems to be acting physically. If he was fine physically, he would talk about how important this game is for Fritz. Down a set, down a break. He's played one great service game to hold. Needs to find and win a couple of important points.
Yes.
That's what he hasn't done. The second serve could be a bit of an adventure. And if I'm Fritz, I want to stand up close and send the message. I don't think your second serve is going to have much. I mean, Djokovic is, it's so Djokovic.
Yes.
He hasn't made any good second serves on that break point. He served 115 miles an hour, got in the rally. He did the old, I'm backing up and I'm going to put every ball in. Let's see if you can hit a winner.
And another Fritz chance goes begging. That's what he's been looking for, that roundhouse swing that connects.
Yeah, if you're Djokovic in the deuce court, he's going to have to go at least once out wide to the forehand on that second serve, because Fritz is selling out on the runaround pretty early, and he's gotten a forehand almost every time.
Oh, a let. An electronic let. The deadliest kind.
That has been an ongoing discussion throughout the tournament with certain matches where players are just, they're not hearing that let. Well, at this point, you can see Taylor was trying to open the court up more. He got him outside the doubles line, and Djokovic said, well, I don't like being there, so I'm going to try to hit a winner. And he does.
Yeah, exactly. Another chance. He's 1 of 5 in break points, Fritz.
Advantage, Fritz.
As I said, the important points seem to all be going Djokovic's way to this point.
Yes.
Okay, that was interesting. Fritz can learn from this if he watches the match. He finally opened the court with the backhand. The reply was short, and look where he stayed, behind the baseline. He actually had to reach as it was a little low. That's the ball. You've gotten him out of the court. You see the short ball, you jump
That's what you've worked for.
Yes. That's where his mid-court work needs to be done.
Djokovic holds again. Fritz limping a little bit.
Yeah, now Fritz looks like he hurt something. He's not a guy. Djokovic, we've seen him be on his last leg in the last 4 more hours. Fritz is not a guy that you normally see show anything. Nothing obvious that happened there, but the other thing I'd say about Taylor Fritz is, from what we've seen, he takes pain remarkably well. It talked about his Indian Wells finals against Nadal. He wasn't supposed to be able to play.
His coaches were telling him not to.
Yeah.
See that skid he took, just took off a piece of his shoe.
Yeah. A rare second serve point won by Fritz. Beautiful inside in forehand set that finishing shot up.
Eight of his 12 winners have come off that forehand side. Nine of his 13 winners have come off that forehand side.
3 of his winners are aces, so that leaves just one other shot that he hit for a winner somewhere. And that was the topspin lob he hit.
Got to do a lot more footwork, don't you, than some of these points that Taylor Fritz is playing. Quite getting behind the balls. He's getting stretched around.
Yeah.
Like the way he's fighting for his serve in this game.
He's only held once.
He's only held once.
It's amazing.
Now,
Fritz.
I mean, part of that is he's not making first serves. It's interesting that this shot he took on a rise forehand from outside the doubles line. If you could have told me what's the most difficult shot to hit off that ball, would have been the one he chose.
Game, Fritz.
There you go. Fritz with a 125-mile-an-hour ace.
Quarterfinal.
5 double faults.
Yeah, 5th double and ugly doubles. That's the thing. The body's out of position and it just looks out of sorts.
That's much better extension.
13-15.
I mean, as poorly as he served, he's come up when he's needed to. He's made pretty good serves. Does seem to be taking a little bit off the first serve to make sure he doesn't hit too many second serves. So the first serve percentage has gone up quite a bit in this set. He's almost 70%. Getting first serves in.
Djokovic leads 4 against 2. Second set. Love.
Yeah, a little bit of another I'm sorry. He's had a couple of those mishit returns that go in absolutely the perfect place. Thinking about Taylor Fritz.
Yes.
13-15.
I don't think he's played on Ash.
Oh, so far in the tournament.
In the tournament.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have played Brandon Holt to qualifier on Ash last year. He has never made a run here. There's a possibility he hasn't played very often, if at all, in this
setting.
Yes, and this is a unique setting in tennis. And perhaps that's why his serve rhythm was completely off. Just a little extra tension, added to the fact that he's playing Novak Djokovic and he'd never beaten him, and he's in a quarterfinal at a major just for the second time. All those things might have added to it, but
this is the place he's worked his whole life to get to.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Set up by that 131-mile-an-hour serve.
That is the key for him in the match. If he can serve at a high percentage, he will hold serve.
Yes. Even against Djokovic.
Even against Djokovic. He's winning right about 80% of his first serve points.
Fritz.
That's nicely done. Djokovic still up a set and
15 left.
Errors over these 2 sets for Taylor Fritz.
That is a point that Djokovic has to just revel in, from the fact that he's won the point and he's used almost no energy to hit that shot. And he's done it a couple of times, serve drop shot combination that has worked.
Djokovic leads 5 against 3. Second set.
One hold away for Djokovic to get himself a 2-set lead. It's amazing how physically you'll feel a little bit better if you know the finish line is getting closer.
His girlfriend right in the middle there, front row, Morgan Riddle. Taylor Fritz and his girlfriend. Did you watch Breakpoint, the Netflix series Breakpoint?
I've seen some, but not all the episodes.
They were a big part of that series. It's like they went everywhere in helicopters, if you go by that.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of helicoptering.
Let first service.
What a shot from that far back. Still on balance, still holding the court.
Yeah, that's the part that Alcaraz has also, on balance, no matter how far you're stretched.
To face.
That's where he's topped out. He's hit a few 132-mile-an-hour serves. That was another one.
Let for service. Yes.
Djokovic has only had one break point in this set. He converted. Fritz is at 4. Didn't convert.
It's his biggest serve of the day. .133. That's nicely done.
New balls, please.
Alone in the bank, he's fine. Disappointing first 2 points from Fritz in this game. You gotta force Djokovic to earn it.
Set points.
Game and second set. Djokovic.
Djokovic way past the 25 seconds. A lot of his opponents, they needed the time to recover from the last rally they had against him.
That's a good point.
15.
Wasn't too much squawking most of the time. And he had just finished running them.
The only
into the
issue
stands.
in those type of things is Nadal was somebody that gets to the line quickly enough.
Oh yeah, and then he starts.
And then he's got his 25-second fidget, and you're kind of in the ready position, which isn't as good of a rest. There was a player in my era that instituted really the getting down to 30 seconds because I think it was longer. His name was Mark Dixon.
I remember Mark. Big serving Mark Dixon.
Serving Mark Dixon.
Remember that dude.
He'd get to the line in 2 seconds, and then it was just 40 seconds of bouncing the ball.
Did you complain?
No, but I asked him once, what are you doing? What are you thinking about? And
wait, you were playing him at the time?
No, after.
Okay.
After the match.
Okay.
And he told me he maps out every possible point. I'm going to serve wide, and then if this happens, I'm going to do this. And it was way more than I even wanted to deal with.
14.
Good start here again for Fritz. He started the second set well with a love hold. Djokovic not quite so consistent on what he does.
No. 15.
Now, the one time that Taylor Fritz won a set off Djokovic, he won 2 That was in Australia. He won the 3rd and 4th sets in that match.
15-all.
I'm not saying that because I think that's necessarily going to happen today, but it'll be interesting if Djokovic gets down a break at any point in this set, because physically he hasn't looked great. Would he make the decision of let me try to regroup, I'll throw this set away and get ready for a 4th? Obviously, if it's this early, he probably wouldn't do that. And also, Fritz has to get up a break. That was
boss. What a boss.
That was too much. That's where
14.
Djokovic, when he gets into that groove and that pattern and the length of his shots and the accuracy, it's just too much.
Game, Djokovic.
6/8 gets Djokovic to 1-all. You have a theory as to why this guy's won 10 Australian Opens and 3 US Opens. Is it end of the year stuff? He's, you know, he's played and worked so hard.
Well, I mean, one of the US Opens he wasn't able to win. No, but also because he was going for the calendar year Grand Slam, and that one, that was the history that overcame him.
And then COVID kept him from playing.
Yes.
And then he hit a lineswoman.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Still, 10 is a very gaudy number for one major, and it's a hard court.
Yes, and he's obviously 24-1 this year. Hard court is his thing.
It's his
so is grass.
It's his jam, yes. It's pretty good on clay, too. I'm wondering if you think it might be that he's just come off a winter training block. He's nice and fresh.
No, I think
it's
that's
harder for him to be him at this time of the year.
Yeah, and I think Australia, for a lot of the players, US Open's the end of the summer. People are accustomed to heat. January, the heat that's in Australia, people aren't necessarily accustomed to it. And playing Djokovic is a very physical thing.
Yes.
To try to play in 3 out of 5 sets.
Yeah, that's a good call.
13 for Kenya.
Crowd wants more in this match, and if Fritz can keep dictating like that, maybe they'll get more.
Game, Fritz.
of a sudden the Djokovic serve looks a little more confident, doesn't it? That was the first serve he missed, and it's the first time in the deuce court that he's hit a second serve out wide, not just a slow rolling kick that Fritz was able to really crush some forehands off of. Since I said it looks better, maybe this will be the start of the collapsing upper body double fault that we've seen from time to time in this match. It seems as though all of a sudden the serve doesn't feel so out of sorts.
Nice. Open water. Fritz found it. Spike wants more tennis.
As does this entire crowd. That was a beautiful anticipation, really, from Fritz. Guessed right. Left that opening. One of the things when I first saw Taylor play was I didn't think his movement would be good enough to be at the ranking he is at right now. But he has really improved that over the last few years.
2 games on.
This game has become so physical. And he doesn't get tired. I've never seen him get tired. And he steals some points now.
Go to US Open, all of that social media, and you can read about how Coco Gauff has become the first semi-finalist on the women's side. I mean, that was a very quick match. This thing's going by pretty, this is about the 2-hour mark. Coco off the court so fast. Got him. Yelena Ostapenko played so poorly on this court to start this day. Coco is nice and solid.
Yeah, this match, even the scoreline looks as though it should have only been out here for about an hour and 15, 20 minutes, but the games have been reasonably long.
Wow. Nice footwork there. Get behind that one.
That was amazing. First of all, he did open the court first with a beautiful angle. And then as he was backing away, watch this, I'm thinking, oh no. And I was wrong as he found another amazing shot while going backwards outside the doubles line. Deserved a clap.
14-15. Again, Fritz.
He continues to look for the big returns on those second serves. That was 99 miles an hour off a 91-mile-an-hour serve.
Really only in the deuce court. He struggles to figure. Djokovic does look much better.
He does.
Physically, and just the demeanor that he's throwing here lately.
Yeah, his body language was off in the beginning, wasn't
Even
it?
right the first game.
Yeah.
I mean, he just hit a winner overhead. And Djokovic's overhead is, if there's a weakness in Djokovic, not that you can exploit someone's overhead, I don't think, but that's a weakness of his.
A classy rally from Taylor Fritz. Biggest hand of the day for that effort.
Deserved as well, because you're right, that was Djokovic in full flight, and Fritz felt as though he was hanging on by a thread throughout much of the rally. That strike down the line, however, changed things.
Let's see if he's looking for another big forehand on the second serve.
Just slightly tougher in this court because he'd have to run outside the doubles.
Exactly, give up the court. Hey. 96 mile an hour, that forehand.
You don't often see Novak Djokovic. This was just railing down the middle, and then all of a sudden unloaded, and Djokovic didn't even flinch for it. You don't see that happen very often.
2 chances for the American to go up 4-2. Thoughts?
if you have a 103-mile-an-hour forehand that Fritz has hit a few times, the
13,
drop shot
14.
with the major flinch that you had in the middle of that point would probably not have been my choice. But again, Djokovic doesn't put away an overhead that was sitting there. Had to hit an extra shot. Boy, that was a chance that Fritz had to convert. Still got another chance here.
Please. Please.
Oh, how close was that? Djokovic finds the line. 2 centimeters in that shot. Even Djokovic flinched a little bit.
Yeah,
Then when he realized it was good.
He didn't hit that where he expected to. He missed that shot, but it happened to find those 2 centimeters.
Wow. He really wants to get off this court in straights, doesn't he?
Djokovic also fired up a bit because the crowd cheered on his vault on that 30-40 point, and that has brought out a little extra energy to him.
Defiance.
Yeah.
Two chances for 4-2 gone.
Djokovic. That's it.
All of a sudden, you're a little worried for Taylor Fritz's serve game right now. Djokovic is fired up. Fritz should have broken. He had a mid-court 4 and he should have done something with. This would be a great hold for Fritz if he manages to get through it.
15 left.
Wow, looking for a call there. Looks like it squirted off the line.
15-0.
Risky but great stuff from Fritz there.
13,
That first volley, I wasn't even sure if this return was going in. Yeah, it was. Swinging volley from the middle of nowhere, followed by another swinging volley. handled them both beautifully.
Goes wide.
Story of this match is the big points, converting the big points. And Fritz has started to play very well. This has been a high quality set to this point. Well, he better win these next couple of big points.
Lean on that backhand. Yanked Djokovic wide.
This is Fritz at his best, where his ground strokes cause damage. He hits them both big. Started the match a little wayward with the control.
Another big point without a first serve.
Yeah, that's the problem. First serve for him, so important. He's done a better job in this set winning some second serve points. But you don't trust it, do you, when it's a break point? And that's why I think he's pressing some on the first serve under these pressure points. That was an interesting. It was a 94-mile-an-hour forehand winner down the line. Had he missed it, I probably would have said, well, he went for that way too early and wasn't really in position. But because he made it, genius.
What's the difference between murdering a ball and executing?
I mean, it's not much, and it's also the best players in the world. Their rally ball is the strongest shot on the court.
Yep.
It's one of the reasons Djokovic is so good. His rally ball has so much length to it. All right. Second set, Djokovic had one break point. He converted. Fritz had 4. He didn't convert. He's had 2 in this set. He didn't convert. Here's the first break point for Djokovic in set 3. Fritz has to save it.
There's the break.
It's
pretty reasonable.
He's played well. It's just he doesn't seem to be able to win the big points. That's been the biggest story the last 2 sets.
Yeah, he's playing well now. Problem is he's playing Djokovic.
For whatever reason, Djokovic's unforced errors come at times when it's okay. You can get by with them.
Quarterfinal.
Fritz's misses have been expensive.
Yes, they have. One thing I have liked with Fritz is he has started to widen his shots a bit. I mean, he's hit some beautiful angle backhands. And once again, slight bit of pressure on Djokovic's serve at 15-30.
Hit with heat that last rally, didn't he?
Yeah, it started with a great return off not a bad serve. We can say about Taylor Fritz, he knows how to get to break point.
That's for sure.
He's got at least 9 or 10. The problem has been, can he convert the break point?
He's done it once in 8 tries. He's got a couple more here.
No, don't anger him again. That was a slight panic from Fritz because he hit the first return with such pace. It was a 95-mile-an-hour forehand, and he didn't think maybe that the ball was going to come back. And he anxiously swatted at that forehand.
He's got to do it here.
Try number 10.
Second serve.
I mean, you'd think by this point in the match, I did think one of the reasons I brought up the playing in Ash for the first time is the players tell me this court's slower than the others. And he just mentioned it. He was out in front, the ball slow. But you'd think after 2 hours and 21 minutes, that adjustment would be second nature.
Stayed in. Djokovic is furious. He let that one go, Jimmy. It was well in.
But who is he yelling at?
I don't know. There's some knuckleheads in here. There's plenty of them.
But I'm fairly certain none of them said, hey, let that one go, it's going out. I mean,
No.
the mistake was Djokovic's.
Yeah. They're replaying it right now for these fans. Djokovic didn't watch the replay.
Fritz.
Even at 4.
New ball speeds.
Now there's cheers, there's boos.
Was he sending his own fans out? Is that who he's yelling at? Because he just said, go, go, and you saw 2 people. Okay. Got up and left. Very focused on that little section of the crowd.
It's still going.
Thank you. Players are ready.
Now he's telling his box, you guys go.
Thank you.
He did not want to complicate this set, did he?
No, and you've got to take advantage of this if you're Fritz. That's an error you can't give to a player who's in that state mentally of anger and not really focusing right now on the match itself. He put his mind right back onto the court with that forehand error. Are those errors because he feels as though I got to hit it 1,000,000 miles an hour? Because it looked like there was a nice bit of room. You didn't have to hit it 100. As it is, triple break point. Coming into this triple break point, Djokovic had been 5 of 7. So when he's gotten to break point, he's converted. This would be an incredible escape if somehow Fritz could get out of this. Often big servers find a way out of break points. They get a couple of free points.
Djokovic breaks right back. What a returner. 1 game away.
Taylor Fritz's top 10 in the world is talked about his serve. He's got a very good return of serve too. He's not just a server. His return is going into the corners with some depth.
Seventh ace.
hard to believe that Fritz could get broken twice and break back immediately both times. But he's got a little bit of pressure here.
Good. Another chance to break.
One of the very few times I've ever said that Djokovic didn't choose the right shot.
Came in on a bluff, didn't he?
Yeah, that's very un-Djokovic-like. Up the second serve, certainly, in this set. Maybe that frees him up to go for a few more first serves. No double faults in this set. He's hit some aggressive second serves as well. That time it was the first serve that won him the point.
2 of 12 on break points now. Match point.
How did you know he wasn't going to miss that overhead?
Oh, man, he was very tight to the net for that one.
Yeah, that would have been a tough miss.
Djokovic. Peace.
This dude.
3 sets to love. 6-1, 6-4, 6-4.
This dude.
This man finds a way.